that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
That's our own 28-yard line.
Get it. 15 line. 15 line. What we got? Slam. Bam. 6-6. Pull it high. Get it.
Boston Scott, his first carry. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D.
Here's Scott. And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st and 10, Reeves. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey.
Motion me out. Hey, what's that? Check Mike 54.
2nd and 14. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready.
From the gun, Reeves. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's set it. Let's set it tall.
2nd and 9 now. Going to throw right side here, complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
No.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Okay. Right 21. Check right 21. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Ready. Look at me. Go.
I know he ain't got it. Check nickel. Go.
They run it with James. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, and maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there
because
raining.
Warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I got you. Under crunch. Watch out.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On 1st down, it's Scott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Strip the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. James. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
5. My 52.
Operating from the gun. Reeves. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
1 This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
Give me that ball.
Now Scott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the carry, this is Scott. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
54, Mike. That's the pass.
From the gun on 3rd down. Reeves. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 1st down, Reeves. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
He's crashing. He's
Chopper! Ready?
Throwing again. Reads. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, orbit.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
We own them.
From the gun, Reeves. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here comes Cohen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Yeah. 15 on it. 15 on it. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Back. Twist. Mike 55. Mike 55.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 14 on that. And a 1st down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it?
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 9, check 9. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Check 3, check 3. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All day, baby, all day.
He'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Alpha. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Reeves. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Hey, Delta. Hey, watch out.
Throwing on 1st down. Reeves, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead is now 17-3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Reeves. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Back to throw. Reeves. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return is Cohen. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3.
Here we go. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Looking to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. I got him. Watch this guy. Check this guy.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steelers will get it at their own 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They go again with Scott. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Reeves firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 3. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
SOS. Greystone, travel. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Reeves. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Scott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 8 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready,
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was pump the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And the Bears first down.
On the ready. 56 is the mic. I'm going to come back to you. Check 31. Check 31. Watch twins.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On first down, it's Scott. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey, Sam off. Check, get it.
Just bowling over tacklers. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the gun on 3rd down, Reeves. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go.
You better be afraid of me. Check 13. Check 13. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike
Pilot, 64, weak.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Kill.
Hey, exit. Lead grip.
On 4th down, Reeves. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Foxtrot.
54's Mike.
Go.
Watch 54. You're trapped. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Ready?
Back to throw. Reeves. This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
Get ready.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go. 50. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go, Tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got Green. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll drop the throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
He'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied, fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game, fourth quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
High 7. Now.
Right there. 54, Mike.
Focus, defense, focus. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I hope he hit it.
From the gun, Reeves. The kicker here, it's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. James. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Watch 54. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Get it.
On second down, it's Scott. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 12.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Go, go.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Five.
Off play action. Reeves. And this is going to be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. first down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
They're going to look to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Switch. Check.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
You get blocked me. You gonna take. You gonna tell you what? You gonna tell you that. Big dash. Come. Kill. Check 37. Go. Slam.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
56.
Back to throw here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of hill.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Chicago, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like,